Did I ever tell you about the hot bones? Continued my father with a sidelong glance. This sounded an interesting one. He then proceeded to recount an episode that illustrated perfectly the impulsive and chaotic nature of his partner. One day, in the early years of his employment in Thirsk, Alf had to put a little dog to sleep. He understood the owner's grief and performed the sad task with great sympathy and respect for her feelings. He thought that this was the end of the matter, but about 3 weeks later, she came into the surgery to thank him for his kindness, and to ask him a very delicate question. "Mr. Wight," she said, "you are so kind to me and I am very grateful to you, but I have been haunted by something since that sad day." There was a pause, and she composed herself before continuing. "Could you tell me what happened to the body of my poor little dog?" Alf's brain shot into overdrive. This was a difficult one. How could he tell the owner that the knacker man had probably picked it up and that his body could be anywhere? Suddenly, he was aware of a presence at his right shoulder. Donald had walked into the room and was in one of his confident and effusive moods. "I'm so sorry about your dog," he said, oozing charm. "And you have no need to worry. He was cremated." The lady was overjoyed. "Oh, thank you so much," she said. "That is exactly what I hoped you would say. If you will excuse me for a moment, I'll just pop out to my car. I have a cloth to put his ashes in." She walked out of the door to a profound silence from the two veterinary surgeons. Alf felt a sudden tightening in the pit of his stomach. "She shall have them!" Donald cried suddenly, springing out of the room. There were a few tense moments as Alf tried to guess his partner's next move. He steeled himself for his return. He did not have to wait long. Donald swept back through the door within 2 minutes, brandishing a dustpan in which was a heap of grey ashes and bones. Down in the old backyard, Wardman kept an outside boiler, used for heating swill for the pigs, underneath which piles of ash and old bones collected. It was to hear that Donald had just executed a speedy visit. The owner, who had returned, held out the cloth, and Donald poured the ashes onto it. Alf stared at his partner. He could not believe this was happening. But the charade was not yet over. Suddenly the lady gave a loud shriek and threw the cloth high into the air. Within seconds, the room was thick with smoke. The little dog may have died weeks ago, but his ashes were still hot.